Kuypers is here and she's going to perform for us.
Okay, come on up.
Well, guess what? That's all I ever write about. But just what darkness theme would you like? So I was looking for older pieces to see what I had for ye. And I've got things that talk about bullying to suicide to this first one is a piece that's called Walking Home from School. Once, when I was little, I was walking home from school, filled with fear, like I always was. The other kids made fun of me. They called me names. Sometimes they threw rocks at me. Once they pushed me to the ground. Went home, bleeding knees and tears. But once, I'll never forget, Patty from 121st Street was walking behind me and threw her gym shoes at me. They landed right next to me as I was walking down that first big hill. I don't know if I stopped, but I remember for a brief moment looking up at the tall tree branches next to the road, all the tangled dead branches, and I thought that all I had to do was pick up her shoes and throw them as hard as I could, and she would never get her shoes back. I looked at the trees for only a moment, and then I continued walking as fast as I could, as I always did, and suddenly those shoes were long behind me, and the others were laughing. I look back now and wonder why I didn't do it. Was I scared of them? Was I scared of myself? I still keep asking myself that. True story. But this Hancock Suicide Chicago December 1994. So me and the other guys were just taking a break from the construction on the Hancock building. You know they've been doing construction work there, right? They put a big wall up around the block, the tall fence, and they've just been doing remodeling stuff. Well, I had been working on some tile work, and we were just walking around the building, me and three other guys, walking kind of like in a square, in formation, sort of, and I'm at the back, and so I stopped, and I stepped back to check out some of the grout work, so I just kind of leaned back while standing still. Well, one of the guys said that he heard it coming, like a big rush of air, like a whistling sound, but much heavier. I didn't even give it a chance to look up, though one of the other guys did, and they saw it coming a split second before it happened. And the next thing I knew was that there was this loud cracking sound, and I felt all this stuff hit me like wet concrete thrown at me, but I didn't know what the hell it was. So I opened my eyes and I looked down, and I was just completely covered in blood, and there was just this heap of mass right in front of me. It took a while for me to realize that a woman had jumped. She hit the fence. Her head and spinal cord were still stuck on the fence, and the rest of her was just this red pile right in front of me. The police had to take all my clothing, every inch. They say she broke through the glass on the 50th floor. I don't know how. That glass is supposed to be bulletproof or something. And then the one thing I noticed was that she covered her head with pantyhose in an effort to keep her face together. Funny, she was willing to die, but she wanted to keep her face intact. And I know you won't hear about this on the news. They'll try to downplay suicides, but other violence is just fine for them. And they say she was handicapped. But then, how badly, and how did she get enough strength to actually break through the windows and throw herself out of the John Hancock building anyway? She must have really wanted to die. It really hasn't sunk in quite yet, seeing her fall apart in front of me like that. I don't think I'm ready to think about it yet. This is a rape theme when I talk about that, so I thought I'd find another one. This is a different themed one, and it's called A Woman Talking About Her Rapist Friend. He was my friend, and we had been through a lot together, our psychological ups and downs, but he mixed drugs exceptionally well at his college frat parties, and his ice blue eyes always spoke the truth to me. It's amazing to think that the only reason we ever met was because one day he wore a turtleneck that perfectly matched his eyes, and I had to tell him. I don't know why he put up with my mood swings, with my self-destructive social life and man-hating. Normally, he didn't care about women, never gave their opinions much thought, just try to get them drunk at parties. Maybe he knew this, and that's why he listened to me. For a few years, though, our friendship, it drifted. We didn't see each other much. I heard that through the grapevine, that he was failing at school. Then one day, out of the blue, he comes over and he's got two black eyes. And he says to me that when he was in a parking garage, two guys came and beat him up. And one of them said, "You raped my girlfriend." And then he looked at me and he said, and you know, looking back, he was right. I raped her. And I know he wanted empathy. He wanted sympathy. He wanted to hear me say something, but I couldn't. And he said, I know this has to be hard for you to hear, but I wanted to tell you. I know it was wrong. A part of me wanted to hate him. A part of me thought that if he was my friend, I would be condoning what he did. A part of me thought that our friendship made him realize what he had actually done. I tried to be there for him. I wasn't much good at it. Eventually, he moved away. I didn't try to lose touch with him. It just, I just wasn't able to get through to him, and a part of me is still trying to figure out if I can be his friend. Sometimes you just lose touch with someone. Sometimes that's all you can do. This one is about dying species, so it's all about darkness. So this one is called Last Before Extinction. Now he has so many opportunities. He has nothing to lose. Why not come out of the wilderness, attack everything it sees, kill something, suck the blood out, make him feel alive for once more? Let them try to restrain him. He has nothing to lose. And for now, it can fly to the highest redwood, look out over the world, despise the world that made him be alone, leaving him alone. Who will carry his name? Who can he read bedtime stories to? Who will care for him when he is old? Now it can feel death creeping upon him closer and closer. He wants to scream. He calls upon nature. The tides rise. Earthquakes shatter homes. He does not feel vindicated. He is lost. And for now, she can swim to the deepest, darkest cave in the Pacific, hide from the solitude, swim lower and lower. Can she find where all of the other animals of dying species hide? Can she find them? There must be others. They can understand. They can live together at the bottom of the ocean. Could they show their pain for their species, share what is left of their love, create a new race? Soon there will be no more, and we will be taking their bones, reassembling them, studying their form, rebuilding their lives, revering them more than we ever did in life. This is what it all becomes. This is what it all boils down to. Study the bones. Study the mistakes. Study the bones.